saying that in the House of Service of the BBC, it means we have so many opposition within your party.
Not just so many opposition within the party. The party is a house divided against itself. And unfortunately, instead of managing the crisis, they are creating more problems. How do you wake up? Is it commonsensical? Is it not reckless? Is it not more like a garrison action?
Isn't the party bigger than every individual?
A party is bigger than every individual. But every of its affairs must be conducted within the law. How do you wake up?
And you saw the section of the law.
How do you pass judgment on a man you have never invited to ask a question?
But with the sections being quoted, isn't that...
the party constitution is a decree that you just suspend a man without even investigating.
Oh, you just realized that in your party?
Section 58, that's what they say.
That's it. So you must abide by that rule, whether you like it or not. Or otherwise, you shouldn't be a member of that party.
Suleiman, this is not new to us. Before Amaechi became governor of Rivers State, he's the only governor in Nigeria who became governor without an election. It is the same way. He was suspended. You see, I think whatever they are doing now is just the fulfillment of the prophecies of God Almighty.
Is the governor going to leave the party?
Leave which party?
The PDP.
My brother, Governor Amaechi was Speaker of the House of Assembly for 8 years. He has been a governor now, and we are running our second term. And by the grace of God, why should they leave the party? They know what they have done cannot stand. But
you said the bird that is on the fence.
No, you see, you have accused. Several times they have accused the governor. Are you with me? You know, in Nigeria, especially within our party, the moment you oppose any obnoxious decision, any anti-people decision, any odious decision, they just believe, oh, you are working with the opposition. They hate people who tell them the truth.
Are you sure?
Because Governor Amaechi is a product. Let me tell you,
Senator Ken Amani he spoke up against the party.
Hold on.
He was at some point.
At some point, was he not suspended?
But he was called back.
Yes. He is the same way. Was Amaechi not suspended? Governor Amaechi was suspended even before he became governor.
So who said
the moment Amaechi, the Supreme Court declared Governor Rotimi Amaechi governor of Rivers State, the PDP were the first set of people to congratulate him. It's a shameless act.
What do you say to those who now say, from the way the NGF election has turned out, the NGF now becomes an association of Nigerian governors?
The Nigerian Governors Forum under Governor Rotimi Amaechi remains a united, an indivisible entity. The governors
but the reality is that they have broken up.
They have not. Those who are following Jam today are afraid of going to jail. We know them. We know governors who spend 2-3 weeks in Abuja begging and groveling. Because when they brandish, they flash them with some security documents, they'll begin to beg. But then they keep assuring us, let me tell you, they keep assuring Governor Amaechi, look, we will vote for you. Insist that the election is by secret ballot. I'll tell you, at a time will come when these governors will stand out. Let me tell you something.
What's the next step now?
The next step is simple. It's from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to stay out of the crisis in the Nigerian Governors Forum, stay out of the move to use 5 members of the State House Assembly to impeach Governor Amaechi. In a manner they did to Governor Joshua Dari. I'm telling you.
Of the comments that
I'm saying it on good authority.
Position.
I'm saying it on good authority that is the grand design.
Even though there's an official position saying, leave the presidency out of it.
Yeah. See, somebody, you are a professional.
What is the
next step
for the Rivers State governor?
For the Rivers State governor, is unruffled. He remains committed to the development of Rivers State. And is committed to giving quality leadership to the Nigerian Governors Forum. And most importantly, he relies on the efficacy of the power of God. That's why I said earlier, he's the only governor in Nigeria who has no political godfather called man.
Even though
the only godfather he has is God Almighty.
Even though he has a lot of support from the opposing political parties.
Look, let me tell you, did President Jonathan not have support from the opposition parties? Even the ACN clamored for him to be declared acting president of Nigeria. Members of the Action Congress today.
Was there an alternative?
There was an alternative. They had an option to have remained or to have clamored for the continued leadership of our late president, who was ill at that point in time. But they opted for what? For the rule of law.
All right.
The people, irrespective of party inclination, supported President Goodluck Jonathan. At that time, he was being oppressed. At that time, he was being suppressed by a cabal. And today, he became president because of God's design.
Henry says, yes, if Amaechi leaves PDP, it will be the end of his political career.
Who told them he wants to leave? We are not leaving. Leave it to where? Okay. A party he has built with his credibility, with his time, with his energy.
And the doors are shut.
The doors are not shut. What they have done cannot stand in the test of law.
All right, then we actually did expect Taufik Gani, who is the publicity secretary in PDP Lagos, but he's not able to make it. We need us to get a perspective from the PDP to find out what is going on here. But
he has nothing new to say, Chamberlain.
Well, Frank Shuaibu, thank you for coming, and also a member of the PDP, as you heard him say.